Celtics come away with a 92-79 win over the Orlando Magic in Orlando, behind Jaylen Brown's 28 points and Jason Tatum's 14. The story of this game is definitely the third quarter performance defensively from the Celtics, holding the Magic to just 10 points with 2 field goals made. Overall, this is kind of what we expected from the Celtics going into the season defensively. That's what we kind of were told, and this was what would happen, or at least the approach from the Celtics would be just defensive first, and it's kind of what we expected. Celtics came in tonight last in the league with allowing 119 points per game, so holding the Magic to 79 points per game is kind of what you expect, from Boston against a team like the Orlando Magic, who are very young and inexperienced team. Celtics should win games like this without a doubt. Offensively, definitely think the ball movement was there. I do think it did stick a lot in the first half. Definitely moved a lot more in the second half, and I think that was behind some of the defensive performances from this team. Overall, you could tell Robert, Time Lord, Al Horford definitely controlled a lot of the paint. The switching definitely, I'm not sure how I feel about that, but definitely the switching was definitely working in this game without a doubt. Great to see the team kind of pull this together. It's what you expect against a team like the Magic. Sounds like they had a players only meeting after the Chicago loss and blowing that game, and I did feel like there was a stretch in this game where Orlando could have definitely chipped into that lead in the second half, but overall, Celtics held it together defensively. Offensively, definitely wasn't a great performance from this team, but that's, okay when you can play defense at this level, and that's kind of what we expect. And I think just overall, this team should feel pretty good about themselves, and hopefully this is something that will carry on to the next game. And basically, they're going to have stretches where they're not playing great basketball. Maybe this was it early in the season, still kind of getting used to each other, different roles and things like that. I still feel at the end of the day, Marcus Smart's not a point guard in the NBA. I feel like he's a great, six-man energy guy, closing out games in certain situations. I do feel like the Celtics will have to fill that void. And I feel like, Schroeder still is more of a point guard than Smart. Schroeder's obviously a scorer first kind of guard, but he definitely has a better handle and definitely a better feel for passing the ball. Jaylen Brown did come out after the game too and address that he wasn't really pleased with Smart's comments. But overall, they do need to become better playmakers when I'm talking about Tatum and Brown. Tatum's assist numbers are slightly down from last year. This is early in the season though, so but we do expect Tatum and Brown to just be better ball distributors and getting the offense moving. Isolation basketball is needed in the NBA. I mean, it's definitely for great players like Tatum and Brown. It's definitely something they can do most nights, but there are times where defensive strategies are definitely as Marcus Smart said, kind of geared to stop Tatum and Brown. And the ball movement's got to be there. They're gonna have to learn how to score without isolation. They're gonna have to catch and shoot. Tatum had some stretches tonight where he was in the post, and it just a lot of forcing. Instead of kicking out, he did kind of get that. He kicked out to Al a few times, and Al did make a few threes off of that. But overall, they're just going to have to just learn from the 2-5 start this year, and just look at this game defensively and know that more than anything, the defensive performances has to be there, especially when the scoring is not. Great sign though. Celtics come in, again, last in the league, allowing 119 points a game, and that 46-46 halftime score had me a little nervous. I thought we were going to see another breakdown. Orlando did go up 9, I believe, in this game in the early part of the second quarter, but it looks like hopefully that players only meeting along with the coaching staff, that they have corrected this. There's still a lot of season to go. You know, I think Brad Stevens said in a press conference yesterday or an interview with Michael Hawley that they started 8-3 last year, and he just didn't feel like that was an 8-3 team. He does feel like this team is better. He did leave the door open for possible moves. He said, "Well, basically see if this is the team going forward." I still feel like Josh Richardson needs to see less playing time. Defensively he was definitely solid, but I feel like when it comes to Tatum and Brown, I feel like they need someone like a Neesmith, that 3-point shooting. I know he started pretty rough, but he hasn't got much playing time this year either at the same time. So he made his first 3-pointer tonight, and I just feel like he's a knockdown, 3-point shooter. That's something that's needed. Richardson, he's streaky, and I don't know if it's because he's making, a certain amount of money. They want to play him and, get what they can out of him. But, long term, I think Neesmith needs to be playing over Richardson. Nobody's going to leave, a double team from Tatum or Brown to go cover Richardson. They're just going to take their chances. He's, just not there, for the 3-point shooting right now. He's just been kind of on the decline for the last few years with that. But overall, can't complain about this win. Just looking, take game by game, kind of what Jaylen Brown said in the press conference too. They were focused on this game in Orlando, just pulling out this win. And I think they just got to take it game by game, and they're going to feel more comfortable. My expectations will be game by game for this team, and hopefully we'll find another victory, and we'll see. All right. Thank you.